Today we're going to take a look at Sulley, the former Scarer Supreme. Sulley fits the role of a protective tank, or someone that redirects attention and takes damage for others. He fits that archetype pretty well. In particular, Sulley can reduce damage, use taunt to redirect attacks away from his allies, and move efficiently to the areas of the map where he's needed to defend or to counterattack. Sulley is built to take up a lot of space and attention from the opponent. His job is to defend his allies and delay the offense of his rivals. Make sure to check the description for a quick disclaimer. Now that we're ready, let's step through the door and get a glimpse at James Sullivan's ability card. Like most characters, Sulley can move 2 spaces, hit for 2 damage, and gain a hand size of 2. What stands out compared to the rest of the group is his health points and his victory points. Fitting for a tank, Sulley has the largest amount of HP at 11, and because he's such a target, he's also worth the most victory points at 7. This makes Sulley a target for your opponent, but at the same time, he has the health to stay in the midst of the fight. His skill is to travel by door. If Sulley hasn't moved yet, you can move next to an ally with 4 or fewer HP, but you also gain 1 immobilized. Immobilizing someone prevents them from moving, so Sulley won't be able to move again until your next turn. This makes Sulley capable of protecting vulnerable allies, and also helps give Sulley a surprising amount of mobility. Sulley's upgrade, Devoted Protector, grants Sulley with 1 toughness and 1 taunt. It then heals 2 for each adjacent ally. Toughness ensures that all damage done to Sulley is reduced by 1. Taunt, however, can have a more disruptive impact. Taunt makes it so that all direct effects and attacks must target characters with the taunt effect. The short version is that in most cases, your allies will be safe from attacks as long as Sulley is taunting the opponent. When you combine that with his toughness, it makes dealing damage difficult for your opponent. This is the type of upgrade that needs to be used at the right time, but if done right, it can completely invalidate some strategies and abilities. We'll talk more about taunt later, but for now, let's take a look at Sulley's deck. So, let's go through Sulley's cards and break them down a little further. I'll be going from most common to least common, as some cards appear in the deck multiple times. That said, 4 cards are tied for most common with 2 copies. Protector of Friends is the first one, and it's simple. It gives Sulley 1 taunt. This sacrifices damaging your opponent for the chance to protect your allies. One of my favorite tricks with this is to move Sulley away from every rival and then use taunt just to see how the opponent can respond to it. If they can't deal indirect damage or find a way to deal with taunt, it often becomes a wasted round for the opponent offensively. Next is the Wide Swipe, which appears twice. It allows you to do 2 indirect damage to every adjacent rival. It's best to use this when things are getting particularly hairy for Sulley and he's surrounded, which can happen often due to taunt and being worth 7 VP. Top Scarer takes us back to his glory days on top of the nighttime charts. This has a range of 2, does 2 damage, and gives 2 immobilized. This is perfect for keeping the right rival at a distance while keeping Sulley or his friends safe. Immobilized is especially effective on characters without range or who rely on heavy movement, like Aladdin. Sulley's last common card is the Buddy System. With it, he does 3 damage to an adjacent rival, but if he's next to an ally, it's 4 damage instead. Since he likes to protect his teammates, this is a good damage dealer that can reduce some rivals' health by half. Who knew the Buddy System could be this painful? His last 2 cards only have 1 copy each. Charge In allows him to move 3 spaces, and through rivals to do so. When it comes to a card like this, the primary benefits are the ability to go that many spaces alongside getting indirect damage. The damage is a good bonus. Don't get too hung up on hitting all 3 rivals. Just take advantage of the movement and hit as many opponents as possible on the way to your destination. If you've got an opponent with stealthy or taunt, keep this one in your back pocket to get some indirect damage off. The final card is Sulley's Defensive Maneuver. It allows him to move 1 space and gain 1 tough. That tough reduces the damage taken from attacks by 1. When used in tandem with taunt, it can disrupt or even negate several attacks. It can also negate the damage from Cursed. If you're playing as a family, Sulley is a great character if you want the booze in your life to start dabbling in defense and status effects. It doesn't immediately hit you that he has access to 3 of them, but they're enough to disrupt your opponent if played well. Most new players think of offense instead of defense, so Sulley can make them think twice about skipping defense. He isn't as straightforward as Gaston, but can be even more dangerous on the right team. I can't stress enough how valuable taunt is when it comes to making your opponent waste offensive turns. The first time your opponent sees it, they'll start scrambling to find a way around Sulley's protection. That being said, you need to watch out for characters that can dish out indirect damage like Maleficent and Demona. While Tough reduces their damage towards Sulley, they have the tools to negate taunt with regularity. You especially need to watch out for Dr. Facilier, as he can use your talents against you. He has a card that can damage you for each status effect you have, including Taunt or Tough. Facilier can also disrupt Sulley by manipulating him with various status effects. He isn't a direct counter, but the nature of Sulley's game fundamentally changes when the Doctor is in. Sulley's strengths lie in his potential mobility, especially when it comes to things like his skill. His indirect damage, he has a decent amount of cards that do indirect damage, and his defensive capabilities, for both the individual, due to his health, or to the team, due to taunt, immobilize, and toughness. His weaknesses are that he has a high VP count. He's gonna be a target because he's worth 7 VP, or more than 1/3 of the points needed to win. He's almost worth 2 Mickeys or Facilier KOs, so don't try to trade KOs. He has mediocre direct offense. And finally, it's very easy to play poorly if you go in with an offensive mindset. He's meant to play defensively and to support his friends. If you go in wanting them to attack instead of protect, you're going to be as disappointed as Henry Waternoose was. Sulley works extremely well when he can protect his teammates while they gain you VP. He works particularly well with weaker characters, as he can be their protector. He's also good for disrupting offense between his 3 status effects. He can assist some of the higher damage dealers who are frailer, such as Demona and Maleficent. This also comes with the added benefit of not dealing with those two as opponents. Sulley can take the heat off them while they wreak havoc on your rivals. Another idea is to use Sulley's abilities to let Mickey build up his brooms so that he can deal high damage later in the game. Really, unless we're talking about bad upgrade synergy, which I'll admit is mediocre with multiple characters of the cast, like Ariel. He's a good person to stick in as a third. There truly is a way to make him work with most of the cast. When I combine those abilities with matching the right upgrade paths, my team recommendations will include Team A, Sulley, Demona, and Aladdin. Sulley pairs well with each of these members from an upgrade perspective, although Demona and Aladdin have a similar upgrade path. Sulley can also either protect Demona or utilize her mobility to follow her around when he travels by door. Their synergy is good with Aladdin as well. Between Sulley's taunt and Aladdin's stealthy, your opponent will have to be wary of who they plan to target. Team B, Sulley, Maleficent, Gaston. Now, this team has an obvious flaw. Having Sulley and Gaston on the same team means you're going to be at a disadvantage if you trade KOs due to high VP. However, it's a great blend of strong offense while disrupting your opponent's ability to do the same. If you can space out your opponent and protect Maleficent, Gaston has the ability to knock characters out while Sulley keeps the others safe. Maleficent can be substituted for Mickey on this team as well. Mickey strives when he has the time to collect brooms, and Sulley excels at buying time for his friends. So, that's our breakdown of Sulley. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to stick around for the next one. But until then, remember, may the best monster win. See you next time.